of the first.
That's always going to be the problem for McShane. The walks are going to plague him, but he needs to be able to stay in the strike zone enough. When he's in the strike zone, he's fine. He gets outs.
Here's Hunter Duro, the second baseman. 476, 4 home runs, and 23 runs batted in. First and second for the Prune Packers. This one is tapped on the ground left side. King will go to second. There's one there. Ellis has no throw to first. And safe at first is Hunter Duro. However, Robbie Hamchuk advances to third base on the 6'4 fielder's choice.
But I think that's one that you'll absolutely take off the bat of Hunter Duro, a guy that comes in hitting over 470 to be able to retire at least an out in that situation. Now set up a double play ball. Will Hodo, who's coming up, just 1 for 13 against the Crawdads in the first series. This is a guy they need to get a double play ball.
Hodo, however, on the season, 444, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. First pitch to him here. Fastball hit on the ground, right to Matt King again. He will go to second. There's one there. Throw to first. Not in time. However, a run will come in to score. The Prune Packers have an early 1-0 lead.
I think you'll take that result. I think starting with a walk and a hit by pitch, you'll take 2 outs and a runner on first. Just got to get this one here.
2 straight 6'4 fielder's choices will bring up Cameron Nickens. 339, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs for the left fielder. Fastball from McShane misses a little high, 1-0. No first pitch strikes to this point in the game for McShane.
Except the 2 balls that are hit and play.
Yes. This one is fouled down the first base line. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. A run already home. Slider in the dirt gets stopped by Nico Button. 2 balls and a strike. Outfield for the Crawdads, left to right. Donnelly, Cummings, Pointer. Infield, third to first. Harrison, King, Ellis, Brome. Button does the catching for Dylan McShane. Will Hodo, the runner on first base, small lead. Taken for a strike there by Cameron Nickens. That'll even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, love the spot, a 2-1 slider from McShane. Not exactly what Nickens was expecting, was taking all the way. Now, McShane in the driver's seat.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and foul tipped just beyond home plate. We'll do the 2-2 again. Tough angle here. Down the first base line, past the Crawdad dugout. Even with first base bag. Get a great view of the act out. However, the Prune Packers do tack on a run here in the home half of the first. It's 1-0. We're going top 2 here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Brian Duroff, Joey Donnelly, and Tyson Pointer due up in the top of the second inning to face the left-hander Chris Stamos, who worked around a leadoff Ryan Ellis double back in the first, picked up a couple of strikeouts, and now has a 1-0 lead in which to work. Brian Duroff, the designated hitter. Been pretty good this year, 282, 2 home runs, and 13 RBIs. First pitch from Stamos, fastball misses upstairs, a ball and no strikes to Brian Duroff.
Guy that historically struggles a little against these Packers. Average sits about 180, had a huge home run here last summer, but gotta get the back rolling, especially against a lefty.
1-0 from Stamos, fastball, good rip, but he fouls it back 1-1.
Yeah, I love that swing from Brian Duroff. Saw the fastball, recognized the speed on the pitch, and fouled it straight back. He applied with a little vertical drop, vertical drop, and caught the inside.
Little tough to tell from here. Here's the 1-2 from Stamos. Curveball bounced way in front of home plate. That'll even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just always think a 4-pitch guy at the college level is impressive, and Stamos has those 4 that are all really good.
1-0 ball game here in the top of the second inning. Stamos, a deep breath, working in a 2-2 count to Brian Duroff. Here is the 2-2, hit on deep to left center field. Back goes Robbie Hamchuk. Will he get it? He will. Robbie Hamchuk able to run that one down right out next to the 400 sign in left center field for out number 1.
I think that play right there is indicative of the lie that the 400 sign in left center is, because that ball was hit, I think, pretty far more than 400 feet. I don't have a gauge of how deep that is in center field, but I would hazard a guess closer to 420, 430 out in dead center.
Loud out number 1 will bring up Joey Donnelly, the left fielder. Lefty on lefty matchup here for Donnelly. First pitch from Stamos. Breaker catches the corner, called a strike, 0-1. Donnelly this year, 333, a couple of home runs and 16 RBIs.
He's been on fire recently, just hitting the ball really well.
0-1, another slider. This one misses just a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he talks about it a lot when he sees these Cal guys, these two, both Cal Bears. He's going to see a lot of off-speed pitches.
Here's the 1-1 from Stamos. Fastball swung on and missed. Good swing from Joey Donnelly, but just couldn't catch up.
Yeah, I think he was expecting another off-speed there. Got a slider. Had he been able to got a fastball. Had he been able to time it up a little more, that one's trouble.
Stamos set. Here's the 1-2 from the lefty. Fastball swung on and missed. Second out here in the second. That's strikeout number 3 already for Chris Stamos.
He's got great stuff. We're seeing why he's one of the top pitchers in the CCL. I think the good news for the Crawdads is they're seeing the ball well today. I think when they're putting the ball in play, they're hitting it well. Ryan Brome's hard line out to center, Brian Duroff's to center, even Ryan Ellis, the double that was crushed to right field. They're definitely putting together some really quality at-bats right now.
Here's Tyson Pointer coming in just under the Mendoza line. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. First pitch to him here is popped up behind home plate. The catcher Schussler will give it a look, but watch it over the seats, 0-1.
Pointer, I think, has been seeing the ball better recently, putting some better swings on the ball.
I think he's a guy that, Crawdads just need him to get going. 0-1, tapped foul behind home plate, 0-2. He's a guy that can. It's only a matter of time, I think. 300, 10 home runs, that plays in the springtime with UTA. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Prune Packers lead. Stamos, a deep breath. Now comes to the plate, fastball way high, 1-2.
Just a setup pitch. Some people call it a waste pitch. I like to think of it more as a setup. Now it can go anything down below the letters.
Nice crowd here at Recreation Park. Most of them behind home plate in the shaded seating. Here's the 1-2 from Stamos. Fastball fouled back. We'll do it again. Good rip by Tyson Pointer.
What I'll tell you, though, about the shaded seating,
Gets hot.
it gets hot.
Yeah.
It's hotter in the shade than not in the shade.
It is tough. I mean, this is going to be kind of brutal. I think in an hour we're going to be staring straight into the sun.
Yeah, I got the Cody Perry shades on right now.
I have mine from when I used to play.
I was never a shades guy when I played.
I wore them all the time, but I didn't really play. I was more of like wore them on the bench. Here's the 1-2 from Stamos. Hit on the ground left side. The third baseman, Peyton Scholes, to a knee. Fields throws to first, and just in time to retire the side in order. Crawdads go down 1-2-3. Prune Packers are coming up in the bottom of the second inning here on the Walnut Creek Crawdad Broadcast Network. Connor Carpio, Kyle Russell, and Peyton Scholes due up here in the bottom of the second inning. McShane back out for his second inning of work. Gave up a run. First pitch to Sharpio. Fastball right down Broadway, 0-1.
Yeah, I love McShane attacking the zone. He's thrown first pitch strikes to 4 of the 6 hitters he's faced, which is, again, a good recipe for success.
0-1 to Sharpio. Hit right back up the middle over the jumping Ryan Ellis into center field. That's a base hit. A leadoff base hit for Connor Sharpio.
Just a good piece of hitting. First hit of the day for the Packers. Sharpio's been on fire recently. Guy that saw the Crawdads last year while in Sonoma. This year, getting a little more of an extended look here in Healdsburg. Shane, he's shown the propensity to get double play balls so far this summer, even so far this game. It's a very good spot to try to do so.
Small leadoff first for Sharpio, 1-0, swung on and missed by Kyle Russell. Out of even the count, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, love that off-speed offering from McShane, it looked like. Had Russell a little far out in front, and that's the kind of swing you'll get a rollover on.
Here's the 1-1 from McShane. Slider swung on and missed, 1-2. Good pitch there from McShane.
Yeah, the slider's a kill pitch. Here in his first start of the summer, he's a guy that can give you some innings, can extend. He threw 3 shutout innings, worked a pretty high pitch count the other day against these Packers, and after the game said, I'm feeling fine.
Here's the 1-2 from Dylan McShane. Popped up in the infield. Ellis and King fighting for it, but it'll be King reaching up. He makes the catch just barely in the center field grass for out number 1.
It's a great result. Great bounce back after a hard hit ball up the middle. Got a swing and a miss on the slider, was able to find the fastball for a strike, and then get a pop-up to the shortstop, King. Now he's a double play ball from getting out of this inning.
Here's the number 8 hitter, Peyton Scholes, the third baseman, 267, a home run, and 13 RBIs for the righty. First pitch from Dylan McShane. Slider that gets to the backstop. Taking off for second is Sharpio. Button can't get a handle on it. And a wild pitch from Dylan McShane allows Connor Sharpio to move into scoring position.
That's a little bit of the risk reward with that slider on the first pitch here to Scholes. You know he's got a little bit of a pull-happy side with that slider, and so he goes to the slider, threw it past Button, and now erases the double play ball.
Prune Packers already leading 1-0, bottom of the second inning. Second pitch here is tapped on the ground, bouncing ball to shortstop. Matt King goes to first in time for out number 2, and it kept Connor Sharpio right at second base.
Yeah, and that's all you have to do there. Yeah, he would have loved if Sharpia was still on first to make that a double play ball, but here with Kimball Schuessler, a guy that really struggles at the plate, a chance to get out of this inning unscathed after a leadoff single.
Number 9 hitter, the catcher, Kimball Schuessler. And yeah, like you were saying, 258 home run and 6 RBIs.
Fall behind in the count.
Here's the 1-0 from McShane. Looked like a fastball that misses a little outside. 2 balls, no strikes. I think Nico Button might have thought it was a strike.
A little hard to tell from here, like we said, but looked like a solid spot. Don't hate that on 1-0. Now he has to get in the strike zone. You don't want to walk the 9 hitter with the top of the lineup coming up.
2 balls, no strikes. Runner on second base. Here's the 2-0 fastball. Catches the top of the zone, called a strike. 2-1 to Kimball Schuessler.
Shane, a guy who's thrown a lot harder in the last year. Last year when we saw him with Solano, he was 83 to 85 now, up around 88, sitting about 88. Been very impressive to watch his growth.
Made sure to have his Wheaties over the school year. Here's the 2-1 from McShane. Fastball right down Broadway. That'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Had some Wheaties and had, one of the best training staffs in the nation, one of the best facilities in the nation.
Doesn't hurt.
No.
Can't. Have you ever gotten to look at the Oregon facilities?
They're insane. They're unbelievable.
UCSB has a batting cage. Here's the 2-2 from McShane. Slider way outside. That'll fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Kimball Schuessler. Payoff pitch from McShane. Misses a little bit inside. That's ball 4. It's the second walk allowed by McShane. It'll bring up the top of the Prune Packer order.
That's one you can't really walk. Schuessler's the guy that has really struggled this summer, has really struggled really in 3 summers in Healdsburg. Got to get him out there. Got to just throw something in the strike zone. Try to get Schuessler to had some weak contact somewhere. You don't want to get to the top of the lineup. Hamchuk, Bravo, Duro, all guys that have done a ton of damage this summer.
Hamchuk, second at bat in as many innings, was hit by a pitch on the first pitch of the game. Came around to score the game's first and only run to this point. Here's the first pitch to him here. Slider that misses down and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Inning started with a leadoff single from Connor Sharpio. Kyle Russell popped up to the shortstop, Matt King. Here's the 1-0, hit right back up the middle. That'll get into center field past the dive of Ryan Ellis. Sharpio being waved around. Here comes the throw. It goes to third, but in safely to third base is Kimball Schuessler. Advancing to second is Hamchuk on the throw. It is 2-0 Prune Packers here in the second.
And that's where that leadoff single hurts. That's where the 2-out walk to Schuessler with the top of the lineup coming up hurts. It's only a 2-0 lead, but you can't have them extend past this. You have to get Bravo here.
Damian Bravo has been one of the best hitters on the Prune Packers team in the CCL. 28 RBIs, 3 home runs, and a chance to add on here. Already a 2-0 game in the second. McShane trying to work out of some trouble. First pitch to him, right down the middle, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 from McShane. Slider misses down and out. 1-1.
Still a chance to get out of this inning with not too much damage. You have runners on second and third, a base open. You don't really want to face Bravo with 2 runners in scoring position, but of course you don't want to walk the bases loaded for Hunter Duro.
1-1 pitch from McShane. Fastball fouled back. 1-2.
Again, though, Crawdads, the deficit is not something that they are unfamiliar with in this big win streak. They've seen more than a handful of them.
Schuessler on third, Hamchuk on second. 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a little spinner hit on the right side. Ellis to his left, fields on a backhand, goes to first in time to retire the side. However, the Prune Packers get 1 run on a couple of hits. They leave 2 runners on. We're going to the top of the third inning in a 2-0 Prune Packers game. 8-9-1 here for the Crawdads in the top of the third inning. They chase 2 here at Recreation Park. It's almost back to work for his third inning. Drops in a curveball, a beautiful curveball. Catches the corner, 0-1.
You mentioned Nico Button, a guy that just gets on base a lot, and you take getting on base, doesn't really matter how. Got to get a little rally off. Stamos now trailing by 2.
0-1 from Stamos, another curveball. This one drops a little bit below the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I think whether it be intentional or not, there always seems to be Cal guys in the lineup whenever the Healdsburg Cal guys are throwing. Button, one of them. Donnelly, one of them.
1-1, fastball hit on the ground, back up the middle. Second baseman Duro ranges, but it's into center field. A leadoff base hit for Nico Button.
That's a rally. Putting a ball in play, make things happen. It was one of the keys to the game. The Crawdads, I think, have done a good job of that. Don't look at the 3 strikeouts through 2 innings, because even those 3 strikeouts have been on good at bats. And now, I always like to say, if you have the 8-9 hitter up to lead off an inning and you get one of the 2 on, you're in a good position with the top 3 coming up. Crawdads have already done that.
Here's Griffin Harrison, number 9 hitter, third baseman today. He's been pretty good. First pitch from Stamos misses a little bit high on the fastball, 1-0. 344, a home run. 10 RBIs for Griffin Harrison. Very quietly been a very good hitter for this team.
Yeah, you look at it and you compare the numbers to Cam Calvillo, John Gazdar, neither of whom are with the team.
1-0, fastball fouled back, 1-1.
Calvillo, of course, with the injury, Gazdar moving to the Cape, but Harrison's numbers are comparable to both of them.
I think Harrison, I mean, we look at it and he wasn't playing a whole lot when both Gazdar and Calvillo were here. I mean, Calvillo, of course, got hurt before Gazdar, but weren't really sure how much he was going to play. 1-1, swung on and missed, 1-2. Both of those guys now no longer going to be here, so I think that opens up a lot for Harrison. I think that's probably a little bit relieving in a sense. Doesn't have to be as perfect every single day. He's going to have a chance almost every day to play. Here's the 1-2 from Stamos. Fastball high and tight, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, love that take. A pitch in on the hands that Harrison loves to attack. Was able to take it there. See another pitch.
He was, Harrison, 2 for 4 against the Admirals on the second. That's the last league game. I can't tell if he broke on the pitch.
He didn't break on the pitch. Thank you. But I think it's a steal. And a good take by Griffin.
If it holds as a steal, it's
Quiet
his 5th of the year. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stamos to Harrison. Here's the pitch. Fastball way up and out. That's ball 4. First walk issued by Chris Stamos. It'll bring up the top of the Crawdad order.
That's huge. We talk 1 of 2 in the bottom 2. How about both? And getting Stamos a bit flustered with the wild pitch that got Button over to second, and then having 3 straight not too close pitches to Griffin Harrison late in that at-bat sets up a big spot for Ryan Ellis, who's already seeing the ball well today.
Yeah, Ellis already 1 for 1 with a doubled on the 3rd pitch of the afternoon. Second time facing Stamos. You'll see a curveball here that misses outside, 1-0.
The command for Stamos just has not been there today.
More so in this last inning.
Even so, 4 of the 10 hitters he's faced first pitch balls.
Takes a peek to second, now delivers to the plate, the 1-0. Fastball catches the corner, 1-1.
Same exact thing that Ellis on his first at-bat. Watch the first pitch, call the ball. Watch the second pitch, call the strike. Now we'll see what he can do here. Last time, he was able to rake a ball into right center. If history repeats itself, Crawdads will absolutely take that.
Guy hitting .430 at the top of the lineup. Doesn't really hit with runners in scoring position all that often, but a chance here. And I think if you're the Crawdads, you like your chances with Ellis in the left-handed batter's box. Here's the 1-1 hit, tapped on the right side. The first baseman, Will Hodo, will grab it, step on first, and retire Ellis for the first out. However, Nico Button goes to third, and Griffin Harrison into second, only 1 away.
Yeah, he does a job, and now Casey Cummings, all he has to do is put the ball in play, not pop it up, and hopefully the Crawdads are able to manufacture a run out of it. You'll take 1 here, but once that 1 comes across, you're going to start having to think big inning.
Here's Casey Cummings, who was victim of a 3-pitch strikeout back in the first inning. Couldn't capitalize with a runner in scoring position then, but has an opportunity with a base hit, could score and tie the game. Harrison with some speed on second. First pitch to Cummings. Fastball up and in, 1-0.
Great take on the first pitch. He's seen that Stamos has a little bit struggled to get inside the strike zone on that first pitch. So he's able to take there, get ahead in the count. CL right now.
Ryan Brome awaits on deck. Here's the 2-0 from Chris Stamos. Fastball popped up right side. Giving way is Will Hodo, but he will run out of room and watch it land foul. 2 balls and a strike.
There's 2 lines here. There's the foul line and then what I guess can be called the fence line, the extension of the fence that's right in front of us, and you're not allowed to cross that. Kind of reminds me of our wiffle ball rules from a couple years ago where we didn't have a fence, so we drew a line, and we had to keep both feet in front of the line.
Kind of a lot going on down in this direction. Here's the 2-1 from Stamos. Fastball blown right by him, 2-2.
Cummings really struggled in that first at bat. Saw 3 pitches, swung and missed at all 3 of them. Now he's got to protect here with 2 strikes, put a ball in play.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position for the Crawdads. They trail 2-0 in the top of the third. Here is the 2-2. Slider swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Chris Stamos. It's out number 2 here in the third.
Cummings just a little over-aggressive there. Saw that slider. Definitely didn't read it well out of the hand of Stamos. Now back-to-back at-bats with strikeouts. But still, I think the Crawdads, there's no one they'd rather have the bat in the hands of right now.
Ryan Brome, who lined out very sharply to center field, has the at-bat of the game to this point. Here's the first pitch. Slider gets stopped by Schussler, 1-0.
That's what Kimball will do behind the plate.
CRS.
Yeah, he's going to be a wall back there. And a very short backstop, too, so I would not be surprised if Button is not super aggressive over at third. Would there be a pass ball or wild pitch?
Here's the 1-0 from Stamos. Fastball misses a little low. 2 balls, no strikes to the lefty Ryan Brome.
And look, if I'm Chris Stamos right now, I'm not throwing anything close to Ryan Brome.
I don't think I would either. I mean, lefty-on-lefty matchup, yeah, but I mean, with how hard that ball was hit in the first, I don't want to stay away from the strike zone. Here is the 2-0 from Stamos. Swung on and missed. Good slider to get it. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, that's a great 2-0 pitch. It wasn't a strike, but it was something that looked like a strike, stayed in the strike zone for a long time, and Brome couldn't hold up. Trying to poke that one to left field like he usually does. It's almost playing to what Brome's strengths are.
Here's the 2-1 from Stamos in the curve. It went to the curveball, and going around on it was Ryan Brome. It was in the dirt to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just 2 fantastic behind in the count pitches by Stamos, and now he's just a strike away from getting out of the inning.
Still 2 runners on, 2-0 Prune Packers. Stamos trying to work himself out of a jam. 2-2 pitch, fastball taken, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Chris Stamos, and the Crawdads leave 2 runners in scoring position in the top of the third. We're going to the bottom of the third. It's Prune Packers 2, Crawdads none. 3-4-5 Prune Packers due up here in the bottom of the third inning. It's Dylan McShane back to work for his third inning. He's given up a run in both the first and the second inning. However, he did kind of put out the fire in the last inning. There was a chance for the Prune Packers to add on. First pitch to Hunter Duro, skied to right. Tyson Pointer going back. Looks like he has room in front of the wall to make the catch for out number one.
It's a great start for McShane. Yeah, it was hit pretty far to right field, but also this park plays very small to the corners and very deep to center field. And so I think McShane will take one pitch, one out, absolutely.
Pitch count for McShane up to 37.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Here's Will Hodo, the first baseman.
You want to be at about 30 after 2 innings, but considering the workload he's gone through, 37 is not bad.
First pitch to Will Hodo, slider that backed up on McShane. It misses outside 1-0. Hodo was 6'4" fielder's choice, the second of 2 6'4" fielder's choice back in the first inning. Has not had a lot of success against the Crawdads in his career. Changeup misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
I believe now 1 for 14 this season against the Crawdads.
That is correct.
And considering he is still hitting triple fours, I think that's just a testament to what he's done outside of the Crawdads.
2-0, fastball misses upstairs. 3 balls, no strikes to the left-handed hitting first baseman.
I don't hate a walk here.
I
wouldn't read too much into that 1 for 14, I'll tell you that for sure.
I wouldn't either, but nobody on. Still only 2-run game. This one is hit out into center field. Casey Cummings going straight back. He'll have room to reach up. He makes the catch for out number 2 in the third.
I'll tell you, better than a 4-pitch walk, I'll take a 4-pitch fly out any day.
That plays.
Yeah, ball that was, to be fair, tagged to center field. But, hey, an out's an out.
36 pitches through the first 2 innings. 5 so far and 2 outs in the third for McShane. It'll bring up Cameron Nickens. Struck out to end the first inning in his first and only at-bat. First pitch from McShane, slider down and out, 1-0.
He's done a good job of working his way back into counts today.
One-0 from McShane, fastball at the knees, called a strike. It'll even the count, a ball and a strike.
And I think with the way that the Crawdads have been swinging the bats today, which isn't great, still no runs, but they've been putting runners on base. They've already left 3 guys on base, a pair of hits, a walk. I think a shutdown inning here is really important.
1-1 hit on the ground. Matt King fields on the backhand, double clutch, throws to first, and a 1-2-3 third inning for Dylan McShane. 2-0 Prune Packers. We're going to the fourth.
Welcome back to Recreation Park here in Healdsburg, California. Top half of the 4th inning. It's 2-0. The Prune Packers lead. The Dads will send Matt King up, followed by Brian Duroff and Joey Donnelly. Still Chris Stamos on the mound, the big, tall lefty to face King. On the day so far, King 0 for 1, struck out on 4 pitches in his first at-bat. First pitch to him here is popped up to the right side, foul.
Hey, Stamos has been good. He's been good against the Crawdads all year. He's been good in the CCL, hasn't allowed an earned run. But the Crawdads have been swinging the bat well today, and I think that's something to look at and to make note of. It's not like they're just going down 1, 2, 3.
The 0-1. King lines it to the right side. Foul. Nothing in 2.
However, that last inning, I think, extremely disappointing. A couple of runners in scoring position, and you don't capitalize with nobody out in the top of the order. A little frustrating.
Yeah, you talk about Casey Cummings, you look at the 4 home runs and you think, okay, that's your leader in RBI, but sitting at only 8. In situations like that, with runners on second and third and less than 2 outs, that's a spot where you can help your case a little. Get some more runs batted in. Here's the 0-2 to Matt King. It is down low with an off-speed pitch, 1-2.
Hey, good job laying off. That's a pitch that Stamos has gone to today and has had some success. Already 4 strikeouts. A lot of the slider, curveball in the dirt, back foot to the righties.
5 strikeouts for Stamos to this point. Looking for number 6, a 1-2 hole that Matt King is in. Here it comes. It is swung on and missed. Pushed the fastball by him at the top of the strike zone. 6th strikeout, back-to-back-to-back for Stamos. And that's the first out here in the 4th.
3 straight Ks, 3 straight swinging Ks. Yeah, this guy's got good stuff. And you can tell when good hitters are swinging and missing.
Here's Brian Duroff, who just tattooed a ball to center in his first at-bat, but it was right at the center fielder. And very deep. First pitch that he sees here is a curveball down low, a ball and no strikes. I'll say it again. You know, I talk about this, I feel like, every time we're here. Brian Duroff hit maybe the furthest ball I've seen hit live here at Rec Park.
I saw the video, and I think we were talking about it on the broadcast last time we were here, but I don't know. I mean, that broadcast doesn't really count. Didn't pull much out of that. And that video is quite special.
1-0. Duroff takes called strike on the upper outer edge, 1-1.
I mean, I'm still in shock how the ball that he hit in his last at-bat didn't even get down.
Park plays big in the alleyways. 1-1 to Duroff is down low with a changeup, 2-1.
It's interesting, just such an interesting field. It's like Wrigley in center, almost, I don't even know what in left. It's like
greenless Fenway in left.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
2-1 is fouled straight back on a fastball, 2-2.
And
it's weird.
In right, like almost like the Polo Grounds. It's like very shallow to right, bleacher style seating.
It's listed 336 down the right field line. It is much shorter than that.
That was Ryan Troy walking by, Gaucho legend.
2-2. Duroff strikes out swinging 4 in a row. Got him that time with the slider low. 3 of them swinging, 1 to Brome looking. Second out, 7th strikeout for Stamos.
Yeah, that slider almost looks unhittable right now. It doesn't matter, lefty, righty, he's going to throw it, and there's not much you can do about it. It is a frisbee.
Here's Joey Donnelly, who was the 3rd strikeout victim for Stamos. Lefty, pair of Cal Bears. 2-0, the Crawdads trail here in the top of the 4th. First pitch to Donnelly is a slider on the outside at the knees, 0-1. If I'm the Crawdads, I would love to get into the Packers bullpen.
I think you need to.
0-1. Donnelly lines this one to left center field. That's going to get down and left for a base hit in front of Cameron Nickens. It's a hit for Joey Donnelly. First batter in about 5 to reach base after Griffin Harrison took a walk back in the 3rd. And a little 2-out something.
It's a good swing from Donnelly. Fastball, outer half, take it that way, left center gap. Really nice swing. Hard hit single. And a chance for Tyson Pointer.
It's a guy that has the power to tie this game right here. Worked a really good at-bat in his first plate appearance. First pitch to him here is on the inside with a fastball, strike 1. Hit a ground ball to 3rd that Peyton Scholes knocked down, was able to make the play on. Here bats with Donnelly, the CCL North leader in steals on first base, in a 2-0 deficit. He has the handedness advantage with the lefty on the mound. The 0-1 is down and in, 1-1.
Tyson Pointer is my top 3 favorite player on this team.
Because of his connections?
You know, I know he hasn't gotten it going yet, but just the way he plays baseball.
1-1. Called at the top of the zone. The 1-2. Grounded up the middle on 2 hops. Russell can't field it. Gets into center field on the error by the shortstop.
Single error, I don't know, 50-50. I'm going to give it a single because, well, for one, that ball was smoked back up the middle. I think the grass pretty long in the infield here. Might have held it up a little bit, and that was a very tough play behind the second base bag. Russell on the move, would have had to make a really nice play throwing to first with, his body kind of carrying him in a different direction. Would have been a tough play.
What's the official game live read? We'll see. Here's the Nico Button, 1 for 1 today. First pitch to him here is just a little outside, 1-0.
They say error.
Yeah, I think that is trying to protect the spotless ERA.
I think you're right.
Of Mr. Chris Stamos. Here it's 1-0 to Button. Crawdads don't care how they score, they just need to. Donnelly dances off second, the 1-0 to Button. He's down and away, 2-0.
Such a tough at-bat for a lefty here. I would never in a million years want to be a lefty facing Chris Stamos.
Button's in the driver's seat, though. Good amount of space in right center where he took his single in the first. Here's the 2-0. It is swung on and missed. Good curveball, 2-1.
I mean, 2-0 going to the curveball, it's kind of unfair. Obviously 2-0, fastball count. Trying to jump on one, pull it down the line, score a run, but dropping the curveball there, man.
2 runners on, 2 outs. The 2-1. Button takes down low. Good take on the changeup, 3-1.
Hey, despite swinging at that one, the pitch previous, nice job a couple of times this at-bat laying off of it. Now in a very extremely hitters-friendly count. Let's see if he can't jump on something hard and put it into a gap.
Stamos looks to second, now looks back again. 3-1. On the outside, 3-2. Don't hate the take from Button.
Not at all. I mean, so what? Not a pitch that, he thinks he can do damage with. So what? Lay it off. Most that's going to happen there is probably a weak ground ball to the right side.
Runners will be moving on the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crawdads trail by 2 with Nico Button, the catcher, at the dish. Stamos comes to the plate with the 3-2. It is swung on and missed. The slider that fell off the outside. It is the 8th strikeout for Chris Stamos. That'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning after the Dads score a pair on a hit, an error. It is 2-0 Healdsburg when we come back. Connor Sharpio leads off the bottom half of the 4th inning. Crawdads trail 2-0. It's Dylan McShane back out to the bump. Worked a 1-2-3 bottom half of the 3rd inning. A very efficient 1-2-3 bottom half of the 3rd inning, which I think may have given him a little longer leash. He'll be facing Sharpio Russell Scholes. Sharpio is 1 for 1 today with a single. First pitch he sees here is to the backstop on a slider, 1-0.
Yeah, a little interesting. I mean, it's kind of tough what to expect from McShane. I mean, he's kind of a guy that doesn't really care about getting stretched out. He's a guy that I think can. I think he can go 4 or 5 innings, so we'll see.
1-0 down low on a slider, 2-0.
I mean, if he gets a quick inning here, maybe go back to the 5th.
Sure. Reminds me a lot of Hollis Fanning for the Crawdads last year, as the 2-0 to Sharpio is popped up right side foul. Not only in the fact that they're both very tall, Hollis was 6'9", and Dylan is a legit, or excuse me, Hollis was 6'8", Dylan is a legit 6'9". Dylan has double the eyesight of Hollis Fanning, as he was blind in one eye.
Wow.
Just came out, knew what they were doing. 2-1, slider swung on and missed, 2-2.
I mean, is there a better pitch than baseball right there? No.
No.
No. Beautiful.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. I was about to call him Fanning. 1 strikeout for McShane so far. Here's the 2-2. It's a slider low, 3-2.
And I think the strikeouts being low is kind of, I mean, a lot of 3-ball counts, a lot of hitters counts so far. Even in the last inning, I mean, we got a 3-0 pop out and then a 2-1.
3-2 is crushed to left center field. Right center field going back is Casey Cummings. In front of the warning track, makes the catch for the first out.
I was going to say a 2-1 ground out. So there's a lot of hitters counts, and I think, you know, you're not going to strike out a lot of guys when you're in hitters counts. That one there, barreled up, but hey, right at someone. Out number 1.
That'll bring up Kyle Russell. McShane's now sit down 5 in a row. Definitely settled down after the first couple innings. Kyle Russell popped out to Matt King in his first at-bat, so he's 0 for 1. First pitch to him here is just off the inside. 1 ball and no strikes. It's 2-0 Healdsburg here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Dylan McShane, Chris Stamos. Solid pitcher's duel to this point. Pair of Pac-12 arms. The 1-0 is just a little high. Button tried to snap it down with the left wrist. Couldn't do so. It's 2-0. Speaking of Pac-12 guys, a Pac-12 guy at the plate, Kyle Russell, Wazoo, takes a 2-0 fastball at the letters, 2-1. A Pac-12 guy behind the plate, Nico Button. So the Pac-12 well represented here in the Berg.
Good group of baseball guys in the CCL. A lot of good baseball players.
2-1. Tapper to the left side on a high hop. Griffin Harrison has got it. Will throw low to first. Brome cannot dig it out. Russell safe.
You don't see that very often either side. Harrison, the low throw. Brome not being able to dig it out. I don't think he was expecting it. Harrison had all the time in the world and just yanked it right into the dirt. I think
part of that is Crawdads' left side of the infield is going to try to keep the ball down. The sun is horrendous.
Brutal. It is brutal.
From that left side. Here's Peyton Schultz. McShane now looking double play ball. Gets a first pitch slider, called the strike on the outside.
Interesting, though. Brome does not have the sunglasses on. Even we have the sunglasses on.
Brome has the shades on top of the head.
It's bold.
0-1, runner goes from first. It is up and away. Button will have no throw to second. In there is Russell.
Going on the pitch. McShane taking a long time to get to home plate, and picking up on that was Kyle Russell, and just good job, put himself in scoring position. I mean, Prune Packers have had a runner in scoring position in every inning except the 3rd.
McShane looks to second with the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider. Frisbeed away from him, and it's 1-2.
Gonna need another one of those, and I love that pitch because you can go back to it, or you can go high and tight with the fastball, try and break a bat, freeze him.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, a strikeout spot for McShane with the runner on second. He looks there, now to the plate with the 1-2. It's a slider way outside, 2-2.
You just got to be able to put hitters away. Put hitters away. 1-2, 0-2 with 2 strikes. Got to be able to complete the job.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. On deck is the 9th hitting catcher, Kimball Schusler. Here's the 2-2. Tapper up the middle, Matt King. It's over his head and into center field, a base hit. Coming around from third is Russell. The throw is not in time. An RBI single from Peyton Schultz, and it's 3-0.
Man, are we playing on concrete? Because that ball It's doing so many different things. Like off the dirt, it's bouncing hard. Off the grass, it's slowing down there off the dirt and shot right past Matt King. I thought he was going to have a good chance of getting to that one and getting the out at first, but no. It's a single. It scores a run. It is 3-0 Prune Packers.
So that Griffin Harrison error really comes back to hurt Walnut Creek, as errors tend to do, especially when you're going up against a team of this caliber. Here's Kimball Schuessler. Schuessler is 0 for 0, walked in his first plate appearance. Pickoff move, but back in safely at first. He's Peyton Schultz.
Schuessler.
Schuessler.
Good name. Talk about it every time.
Good player. Good dude.
Haven't met him.
First pitch to him here is high and tight with slider 1-0. I made my coaching debut here at Rec Park. Last year coached first for a couple innings in a game that didn't matter at the end of the year. And Kimball was playing first base. Got to talk to him when Jack Ben Shoshan got on first. 1-0. Slider on the outside, 1-1.
What was that experience like, getting to coach first?
It was something. I did not do a good job.
Oh.
I forgot that Division I outfielders are Division I outfielders for a reason, and that's because they can hit and throw. McShane looks to first, now the 1-1. It is swung on and missed. No, taken. I didn't see it at all. It looked like there was a full swing, and then all of a sudden...
I think the swing was from the on-deck batter, Robbie Hamchuk.
Yeah.
It's tough angle, folks.
And Deli was walking by. It messed everything up. That's my bad. McShane's 2-1 pitch. This one is grounded to the shortstop King. He will go to second one. Ellis takes his time, throws low to first, and Brome digs this one out, and that'll end the inning. 6-4-3, the double play. A run comes home to score in the inning. We'll head to the top of the fifth in a 3-0 ball game here on the Crawdads streaming network. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel at the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. New pitcher is Robert Ivazian, the righty out of UC Berkeley. Carson Mercier, what can you tell me about Robert Ivazian?
Well, the last time we saw him on Thursday, through 4 innings, scoreless, strikeout, 4 hits, he was good. According to Brome, Ryan Brome, that is, he was not great. So
and that's the scouting report we're all looking for.
Yeah. Hate to not have numbers. Really do.
It's okay. Happens to the best of us.
It's not on me. I'm getting a lot of circles on my tab.
Oh, I have numbers. Robert Ivazian on the summer, 2-0 and a 0.00 ERA, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts to 4 walks. The final line for Chris Stamos, he was spectacular. He threw 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, of course, none of them earned. Well, did he walk anyone? Yeah, he walked Griffin Harrison in the 3rd, and he struck out 8.
A lot of strikeouts.
The key to the game for me was...
Don't strike out.
Don't strike out. 8 through 4. Really, the way the Crawdads have been playing, 8 strikeouts through 9 innings isn't great for them.
No. But it's a testament to just how good Stamos was. Slider was electric. Breaking a lot. No one's gonna touch it when you can locate your fastball and you have that slider and the curveball to play off of. It's just tough to hit.
Robert Ivazian, his first pitch to Griffin Harrison, is a fastball on the inside half of the plate, 0-1. In Harrison's first at bat, he was falling, but he fell behind 1-2, but then was able to work a really nice walk. So he's 0 for 0 officially. Ivazian's 0-1 is just a little low. Maybe outside, attach.
So we have outstairs and attach.
And Schussler.
And Schussler.
Here's the 1-1, Ivazian to Harrison. It is down and away, 2-1.
Ivazian on the summer.
I already did these.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I appreciate it, though.
It's been good.
Yeah. Triple zeros on the ERA for both of the pitchers that have come in today is impeccable. 2-1, Harrison takes down low, 3-1.
That last time he pitched was on June 29th. I know I already said it, but a slight correction. Gave up 2 hits.
Didn't mean to snap at you. My
Not
apologies.
1 walk, 1 strikeout.
Here's Ivazian's 3-1 to Harrison. It is down and away, ball 4. So a guy that's walked just 4 guys in 15 innings walks the first guy he sees.
And it's the second walk for Griffin Harrison. Second time he's been on base today. Good job there. Flip the lineup card, get Ellis going, put a ball in the gap, score some runs. Runs are needed in order to win.
No words have ever been truer. Here's Ryan Ellis, who's 1 for 2 today. Doubled in his first at-bat and then grounded out to first to move runners into second and third in his last at-bat. So he's 1 for 2. Ivazian working for the stretch, from the stretch for the first time. First pitch to Ellis is up high with the ball, 1-0. All 3 of Ellis's at-bats, he's seen a first pitch ball, which, I mean, you'll take that every time. You want to be in a hitter's count, take a first pitch ball. 1-0. Curveball down and in, 2-0.
I think that's going to be a important pitch. That curveball, it looks like from here, it pops up and then comes down. Good curveballs kind of ride the same plane the whole way, then dip out of the zone. If the Crawdads can pick up on this hump in the curveball, they should have a fun time today.
2-0 to Ellis is way up high, 3-0. I think if they take walks, they'll have a fun time as well.
Walking, when you're on the offensive side of the lineup card is, or scorecard rather, that's good.
3 balls and no strikes after Harrison saw first pitch strike. Now 7 straight balls. Here's the 3-0 to Ellis from Ivazian. It is at the knees, called strike 1.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Good pitch at the knees. Nothing. Of course, Ellis is not going to swing. 3-0.
Wouldn't be surprised if he took 3-1 as well. Harrison, a decent-sized lead off first. 3-1 to Ellis is tight ball 4. Something's brewing.
Ideal start in the 5th. Chasing 3. No better start than a couple of walks. You know what they say about leadoff walks? Well, what about back-to-back walks to start an inning? I don't know the numbers on that. But
Gotta crunch them.
I have to imagine it's got to be close to 90%, right?
Probably above.
Probably.
It's 9/10 times 9/10. That's, yeah, too much math.
You got me at the first 9/10.
Yeah. Here's Casey Cummings, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, which means he's due.
He's pretty good, too. So not often you go down 3 times way of the K.
It's a 3-run deficit for the Crawdads, but they've brought the tying run to the plate here in the 5th. First pitch to Cummings is popped up on the right side. It looks like the first baseman, Hodo, has room in foul territory. He does. Makes the catch for the first out.
Unfortunate there. First pitch swinging after some inconsistencies from Ivazian. And it just didn't look like a great swing. Tied up on the fastball. It's just been the story of the day today for Casey Cummings. Late on the fastball. Tough to be successful.
Here's Ryan Brome. 0 for 2 today is Brome, but he's hit 1 ball hard and took a called strike 3 that, not sure about. First pitch to him here. He's lined straight back. He's right on that fastball. 0-1.
It's a good, confident swing from Ryan Brome. We're seeing a lot more of those. We know a little bit in his head throughout this season, but kind of starting to be himself now. Love to see it, by the way.
0-1 to Brome. Slider up and out. 1-1.
This is a much, no at-bat is going to be easy, but this is a little bit easier of an at-bat for Ryan Brome. Not lefty on lefty, Evasian. Brome said he liked the way he sees it out of his hand.
1-1. Down and in, 2-1. I think the difference is the Crawdads just hit right-handed pitching better.
Yeah.
The lefties on this team mash against righties, and I think the Crawdads are better right than they are left. 2 balls and a strike. The handedness advantage to Brome. It is off the inside with a fastball, 3-1, and now he's got a dead hitter's count.
And watch out, this game could be tied in about 14 seconds. So don't want to groove one to Brome.
3-1. Brome pops it up, shallow left field. It's going to be trouble. Sprinting in his left fielder, Nickens. He can find it in left field for the second out.
Again, a little bit late on the fastball. Looked like it was inside. Brome just couldn't get extended on it. Looked like a pretty good pitch to hit in a 3-1 count. Just a little unfortunate.
Here's Matt King, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Casey Cummings was due. Ryan Brome was due. Matt King is due. Runners on first and second, a 3-0 ball game. First pitch to King is a fastball, called strike. It looked off the outside. Called strike 1.
I believe that's the first time he's taken the first pitch today.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Flat slider. King fouled it straight back. 0-2.
Now it's time to protect. Do whatever you can.
Ivasian walked the first 2 batters of the inning on just 10 pitches. Then he got a pop out on the first pitch to Cummings, a fly out on a 3-1 count to Brome, and he's well ahead of Matt King, 0-2. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Ivasian looks to second. Now the 0-2. It is down low, 1-2. Got to score. Got to make something happen. Harrison off second, Ellis off first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ivasian looks to second. Now comes home with a 1-2. It is down low, 2-2.
Yeah, I think the Crawdads have washed away their opportunities to this point, and eventually you're going to run out of them. Got to find a way, any way possible, pass the stick here, walk, hit, double, doesn't matter.
2-2. King hits this one high to shallow center field. Going to his right is the center fielder, and Robbie Hamchuk makes the squeeze for the 3rd out. Crawdads see 2 walks to start the inning, but Strand Ellis and Strand Harrison, Cummings, Brome, King go down. And that's that 10% on the opposite end of the 90. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th. Still 3-0, the Crawdads trail. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel at the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. Mr. Mercier, what can you tell me about the lefty, Sean Fitzpatrick?
Well, he is magical. 2-0 on the young summer. 1.54 ERA in 6 games, this being the 7th. A couple of saves, 11 and 2/3 innings pitched. 15 strikeouts, just the 3 walks. This guy is, well, tough to hit.
Magical.
Magical.
He gets the pleasure of facing one of the toughest top 3 in the lineups, or top 3 of the lineups in the league. Hamchuk, Bravo, Duro, who have only combined for 1 hit to this point. Should we get a look around the CCL prepared for the inning?
We'll get it. There will be a look around the CCL this inning.
Cool. Fitzpatrick to Robbie Hamchuk. Crawdads trail 3-0. Fitzy, he's the stopper. You want to keep this at a 3-run deficit. You've been working some good at-bats. Now you just got to get that 1 hit. You give the ball to Sean Fitzpatrick. His first pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball up high. Got the chase from Hamchuk, 0-1. Hamchuk has seen the most success out of the top 3 in the lineup. He's 1 for 1, an RBI, a hit by pitch. He scored a run. But Fitzy is a different matchup. 0-1. Up and out, 1-1.
Yeah, that low 3/4 arm slot is tough for anybody, not just the lefties, because he can go up and in with that fastball, back foot the slider. There's just so much that Fitzpatrick can do, and, I mean, he knows that too. Throws a couple different fastballs, throws the slider a couple different ways.
1-1, fouled back with the fastball, 1-2.
And he's not just a guy that goes up there, throws just to throw baseballs. I mean, he really knows what he is doing at all times on the mound. He's a very smart baseball mind. And, I mean, it just shows. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Fitzy's 1-2. Hit high, deep to center field. Casey Cummings going back, but with a lot of room out there in front of the big pole, makes the catch for the first out.
This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours. American Stage Tours, small enough to care and large enough to compete. Only one other game going on in the CCL North right now. It's the Bay Area Admirals and the Lincoln Potters at McBean Stadium. Potters are on top of the Admirals 5-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
It's Damian Bravo, 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to him is down below the knees, 1-0. Bravo and Brome, 2 guys from Texas Tech, the 2 guys that lead the North in RBI. Just killer summers for the both of them. The 1-0 to Bravo is a big swing and a miss, way late on that fastball, 1-1.
Fastball's got some rise to it. Obviously the 3/4 arm angle. Looks like it's rising. It is, it pretty much is. It's so interesting to me.
1-1. Fastball popped up over by us, but it gets over our heads, 1-2. Three to nothing Crawdads trail here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Fitzy looking for his first strikeout, though he's one of the league leaders in that category. Here's the 1-2. Way up high with the fastball, 2-2.
Even in these deeper counts, I mean, Fitzpatrick, he's one of these guys that just has command of the baseball. Only a couple of walks issued on the year. Knows where it's going, so you don't really get nervous in 3-ball counts, 2-ball counts.
2-2 on the outside, called strike 3. Got him frozen with the slider. First strikeout for Fitzy. First strikeout since Cam Nickens struck out to end the 1st inning. That one, the first of the looking variety.
Well, was it a strike? I don't know. Thank you very much, home plate umpire, who we do not have a name for. Nevertheless, good pitch, just down below the knees. A slider, probably backdoored. Perfect pitch.
Here's Hunter Duro, who's 0 for 2 today. One of the weirder stances in the league. First pitch to him here is a little outside, maybe a little low, 1-0. He is wide open. You know, you like to set up about shoulder width with your legs. He's a good full step past both of his shoulders on both ends. The 1-0 is at the knees on the outside, 1-1. He has his hands held high past his letters. Just looks uncomfortable.
If you're going to hit 476,
do whatever you want.
Do what works.
1-1. Swing and a miss.
Huge cut. Huge cut. He's not looking for a single there.
3-0 Crawdads trail. Fitzy looking for a 1-2-3 inning in his first here in Healdsburg. It's a 1-2 count to the third place hitting Hunter Duro. Here's the 1-2. Fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Sean Fitzpatrick, just a couple days from likely being named an All-Star. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'd guarantee it. Here's the 1-2. Just a little high, 2-2.
Not sure how you call strike 3 to Damian Bravo, but call that a ball.
Me neither.
Kind of tough.
But hey, here we are. Fitzy, like he says, just wants to know what is a strike, because he can pitch anywhere. Just got to be consistent. Here's the 2-2. On the outside, called strike 3. Back-to-back Ks from Sean Fitzpatrick, and that'll end the inning. 3-0, the Crawdads trail, sending it to their bats in the top half of the 6th inning when we come back here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top half of the 6th inning. Dads need some runs. Brian Duroff, Joey Donnelly, Tyson Pointer. The fact that that's 5, 6, 7 in a lineup, says something about the depth of this lineup, but need to do something.
They've had things, rumbling a little bit, but haven't been able to cash in.
First pitch to Brian Duroff here in the top half of the 6th is at the knees for a strike. The zone is expanding, but only expanding down as the game has gone on.
It's not quite pulsing, but yeah, getting a little bit bigger.
No balls and a strike to Duroff, who's 0 for 2. The 0-1 is a curveball, flip to right field, trouble down the right field line. Going back into his left is Bravo, and he tracks it down near the right field corner for the first out.
Duroff is hitting the ball very, very well today. Off the bat, it didn't look like that was struck all that well, but Damian Bravo out in right field had to go a long way to get that and barely got it up against the fence.
Here's Joey Donnelly, who hit a single in his last bat off a very tough lefty, which is always a good sign for Joey Donnelly. If Joey's hitting against lefties, the world is right. So he's 1 for 2 on the day, facing another one of his Cal teammates. Ivazion's first pitch is off the outside, 1-0. 3-0 Crawdads trail. They're hitting balls hard, just not at the right times. 1-0 to Donnelly is at the knees, called a strike. 1-1. Donnelly doesn't think so. He'll reset. Ivazion works from the windup, now nods off his catcher Schussler twice. Now in agreement, the 1-1 to Donnelly is a big curveball, tapped to first base, fair. Over to cut it off is Will Hodo. He'll flip to the covering Ivazion for the second out.
Really, really nice play from Will Hodo. Ball hit well down the line, almost right up next to the umpire, first base umpire. And keeps his composure, flips to first, PFP, 2 away.
Here's Tyson Pointer, who I think has had 2 very good at-bats. Bats here with 2 down in the 6th. He's officially 0 for 2. 2 balls hit hard, though. First pitch is a slider down low. Good take by Pointer, 1-0. Grounded out to third in his first at bat, then reached on what was called an error back in the 4th. Here's the 1-0. Pointer swings through a good fastball, 1-1.
More good swings from him. Just not exactly getting that good contact yet. And, I mean, it could be a timing thing.
1-1. Pointer blasts this one to right field. There's no timing thing about that one. It is gone. Downtown right center. It's Tyson Pointer's 3rd home run of the season, and the Crawdads score here in the 6th. It's 3-1.
Tyson Pointer, opposite field pop. That one, a no doubt shot to right center field. That's a sign of good things to come.
That is a very good sign for Tyson Pointer. Off a righty, off a fastball. He's had trouble catching up with velo this summer. It's no secret, but he does so here. And here's Nico Button, who's hungry for something. Got a hit in the first at-bat, then struck out in his last at-bat. Takes a first pitch curveball at the knees. 0-1. Had a little jawing with some of his Cal teammates after his last plate appearance, so looking to turn the tide a little bit. 0-1 to Button. Big curveball up high and outside, 1-1.
I mean, don't you love that, though? Jarring between teammates. These guys are going to be playing with each other in a couple of months and going back and forth in a CCL showdown.
1-1. Button smashes this one.
Wow.
Through the left side. No, caught by the third baseman. For out number 3. That'll end the inning. Crawdads score on Tyson Pointer's 3rd home run. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-1 the score. Bottom half of the 6th inning, Sean Fitzpatrick back out to the bump. It's 3-1 now, so the Crawdads are inching back a little bit.
Hey, need a 1-2-3. You need a shutdown inning from Sean Fitzpatrick, and I don't think there's many guys better for the job than this guy on the bump. I mean, tough to hit. We all know that. Tyson Pointer applied a huge run, got the lead within 2. Now get the bats back in the batter's box.
It's Will Hodo to lead off. Lefty on lefty. Fitzy's first pitch is swung on, hit back, straight back, 0-1. Hodo 0 for 2 today, so now he's 1 for 15 against the Crawdads.
That is correct. 1 for 15.
Facing a very tough lefty. The 0-1 is popped up on the left side, but that'll get well foul. We'll do 0-2. Final line for Dylan McShane today. 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them were earned, 2 walks, a strikeout. There he is. I thought Dylan was great today, not just because he's right here. The 0-2. Slider falls off the outside, 1-2.
Did a very good job. I don't think. Did you have your best stuff today? I mean, how'd you feel?
Fitzy ready with a 1-2. It is strike 3 called right on the inside. Back to back to back Ks for Fitzy. He sets down Hodo. So what's the report from Dylan McShove?
He said didn't really have his best stuff. Struggled to get ahead, and that's kind of, I mean, that first 2 innings, that's kind of what we saw. Outside of that, it was fine. Gonna have better stuff this summer.
Good to know. Here's Cam Nickens, who's 0 for 2, fouls the first pitch straight back. If I am an opposing batter, I would not want to fall behind against Sean Fitzpatrick.
No. Not at all.
I feel like it's nearly impossible to come back even from an 0-1 hole.
It's just a tough at-bat.
0-1 is way outside, 1-1.
I mean, you can be 3-0, and you still might not have full confidence that you're going to reach first base, and that's just how good Fitzpatrick is.
It's 3-1 right now, the score. A 1-1 count to Cam Nickens. 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. Here's Fitzy's 1-1. It is a check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. A pitch that was up and away. 2-1.
We can finally say whether we think it's a swing or not, because we're down the first base line. Pretty much the first base umpire here. Yeah, I don't think he went either.
I agree.
Competitive pitch.
Fitzy's 2-1 is grounded hard, but right at Ryan Ellis, the second baseman, who scoops, tosses lightly to first, and retires Nickens. He's 0 for 3.
And it really sucks, he says, because that ball was hit on the screws just right at Ryan Ellis on 2 hops. Unfortunate, but Crawdads will take out number 2.
Here's Connor Sharpio, who's 1 for 2 today, a single, a flyout. Sharpio, a lot of power from the right side. First pitch from Fitz is a check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. Again, I agree with that call.
I agree.
I could do this.
I don't know.
How hard can it be?
It's pretty tough. I was doing in, 12U game, and I had parents on my head the whole time.
1-0 is up high, 2-0. I umped one game. I was the second base ump because for some reason we were umping a 12U game and had 4 umpires there. It was electric. Here's the 2-0. Off the inside, 3-0.
Yeah, last summer, right after I graduated high school, didn't really have anything to do, so I was like, I'll umpire some club baseball games. Probably the worst decision I ever made in my entire life. It very humbling.
Oh, absolutely. 3 balls and no strikes to the righty Sharpio. Fitz comes to the plate with fastball, middle, 3-1.
And you think, I caught pretty much my whole life, played baseball my whole life. You think I'd have a good idea of the strike zone and
no.
safe and out. No, just no.
It's 3-1. It is right there, 3-2.
I think I called a balk on a 12-year-old kid, and these coaches just blew me up for it. And that was just one of the most embarrassing experiences of my life.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fitzpatrick comes to the plate, fouled back. Like you said, you can be ahead 3-0 as a hitter and still not feel comfortable with Fitz on the bump.
No, and even when he gets behind 3-0, even if he doesn't have his best stuff, he's going to be around the zone. And that's just the type of competitor that Fitzpatrick is.
Here's the 3-2. Ball 4 off the outside. Looked like a changeup on 3-2. Fitzy, the lefty, fell away from the righty.
Yeah, again, tough to tell from here. Changeup, curveball, backed up on him. It doesn't matter. It's ball 4. But still, now, there's just a force at second. That's the only thing. Nothing changes. Fitzpatrick always works out of the stretch. Nothing changes for Sean here.
Sun's starting to set a little bit. First pitch to Kyle Russell, who's 0 for 2 on the day, is at the knees on the inside, 0-1. Russell popped out to Matt King in his first at-bat, then reached on an error by Griffin Harrison, came around to score. That error proving huge now. Fitzpatrick's 0-1. Fouled straight back. Got a healthy cut on an 0-1 fastball, but now Fitzy is well ahead.
0-2 hole. Don't want to call yourself out just yet, but yeah, I mean, Fitzpatrick pitches with confidence, way ahead, can go to a whole lot. I mean, he has a big arsenal. He can go to anything.
3 strikeouts already from Fitz, looking for his 4th. The 0-2. Chopper right back up the middle. Ryan Ellis is going to backhand and tag the second base bag for the 3rd out. Couldn't quite see what happened there, but either way, Fitzy gets out of the inning with a slow chopper. We'll head to the top of the 7th with Carson Mercier back on play-by-play. When we come back, it's 3-1, the Crawdads trail.
Robert Avazian back to work in the 7th. It's his 3rd inning in relief. He relieves Chris Stamos, who was fantastic yet again today. Avazian will face Harrison, Ellis, and Cummings. They are due up here in the top of the 7th inning, trailing the Prune Packers 3-1. Harrison has already walked twice today, and facing Avazian for the 2nd time. First pitch of the inning from Avazian. Harrison squares to bunt, but pulls back and takes a strike, 0-1.
I don't hate it.
No.
A lot of speed from Harrison. These Packers have shown to be not great defensively.
Although we were told that they were very good defensively. Here's the 0-1. Harrison takes in the dirt, 1-1.
Maybe try to get Avazian out of his rhythm a little bit with the bunt, showing bunt.
Looks like there's a lefty ready in the Prune Packers bullpen.
It's Andrew Benke.
1-1 pitch to Harrison. Fastball right by him, 1-2.
Just didn't catch up with it. Simple as that. Went to the hard stuff. Harrison had no shot with that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, top of the 7th. 3-1 Prune Packers lead. Avazian shakes off the catcher, Kimball Schussler. Now out of the windup, works the 1-2 pitch, taken for strike 3. First strikeout for Robert Avazian. That's out number 1 in the 7th.
Not how you want to start. Got to get some runners on. Got to get one. Bloop and a blast. That's all you need in this spot. But you got to get that bloop first. We'll take a blast and a blast. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely. The blast is the only run that the Crawdads have scored. It was off the bat of Tyson Pointer in the top of the 6th. Here's Ryan Ellis. First pitch from Avazian. Curveball. Catches the zone. Called a strike. 0-1.
Still a good amount of baseball left to be played, but you don't want to keep saying, you don't want to have to keep saying that. You want to be able to work some competitive at bats, get some guys on, put the pressure on the opponent.
Ellis 1 for 2, doubled. He's walked and grounded out to the first baseman. 0-1 to him here. Slider runs in on the back foot. 1-1.
Again, he'll take a walk. Casey Cummings has not had a great day on deck, but you never want to give him runners on.
Yeah, I think you still trust him to hit. All he's done all summer is hit. Vazian, a deep breath now from the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Big curveball hit right back up the middle. That's a base hit for Ryan Ellis. His second base hit of the day. A 1-out single in the 7th.
It's exactly what you want to do in front of Casey Cummings. Just get on base. Not a bloop. Hit hard, but same deal as the bloop and the blast. With that said, wouldn't even hate a bunt here. Maybe a bunt for a hit.
Maybe not with 1 out.
Maybe with none.
Third baseman Peyton Schultz is playing a little bit back. Ellis does dancing off first. Vazian delivers a fastball at the knees, called a strike, nothing in 1. Cummings wasn't exactly sure about it. Nonetheless, it's 0-1.
But I think he wanted to see some more pitches after flipping the first pitch he saw over to the first base side with 2 runners on and no outs in his last at bat and getting out on that first pitch.
Throw over to first, but back standing is Ryan Ellis. Yeah, Cummings has not had his best day at the plate. 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. Been late on the fastball. I think that's the assessment that we've made at this point in the game.